I think I'm on. Can somebody just say hi? I don't want to just do this. There we go. Okay, good. As far as I know. Hey, everybody. Fantastic jobs. I just want to put the colors up there again, just in case you hadn't seen them. It's light blue or dark blue, doesn't matter. Um, and we have red, orange, yellow, and dark green. And these are the colors that we're going to do to finish, of course, this painting that we're starting a couple days ago. So, but I was just thinking and kind of hoping that you guys had, remember we talked about ways you can work around the house and do things around the house to help mom around, right? So we talked about making your bed, right? That was a good, I have to apologize, I'm sorry, I feel so close to you, and I have to apologize because I didn't shave, and look, I'm touching my face, so I know. But I can't shave every day. I showered, of course, but I didn't shave. But I want you, did you make your bed? I hope so. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, the next thing, what was the next thing we talked about, of course, was pick up your toys, right? Of course, pick up your toys. Simple, easy, and nobody gets hurt. Just like the cat running under their feet. Nobody gets hurt. If it ain't there, it ain't going to happen. And always, always say please. Always say please when you're talking to mom or dad, okay? Very, very important. But then, I was up all night. I'm thinking. I'm saying, what else can they do to help around the house, right? Simple. Water the plants. Hey, look at that. That's just my rendition of a cheap daisy or something. But Lorraine, she has an array of different tropical flowers. And you can see this is a beautiful rose, which is nothing like my drawing, of course. But she's going to be home tomorrow. I guess she's working remotely from home, I guess. It sounds important, like I say, so we'll leave her alone. So, but maybe she could water those plants tomorrow. Then I was thinking, what's another simple thing you can do? You could feed your pets, right? But don't overfeed them now because you're home. And just because you're home, you want to love that cat. You want to love that dog. But it's going to turn into this like ours. So be careful. Don't overfeed your pet. Then I was thinking, now this is a big one. Don't eat things off the floor no more. Okay? Don't eat things off the floor no more. Very, very important. I know I have been known to break that one. There's a black jelly bean on the floor. I'm going for it. So yeah, I'm guilty of that one myself. But please, don't eat things off the floor no more. But then I'm thinking, it's really not fair to put all the responsibility on the kids. So we thought maybe that mom could take a little responsibility too. And it's always good. You always look your best, mom. I'm sure right now you always look like company's coming. But it's very important to take out the trash often. Okay, you want to take out the trash often because this reduces the germs in the house, and definitely you want to get the germs out. When you come back in, you'll feel a whole lot better with the kids, and definitely so take the trash out. And while you're out there, definitely you want to be doing some baking when you come back in. Okay, so think about baking while you're out there, and because I know when I was home with the kids, when different circumstances, of course, when I was a kid, when I had kids, that if it was a snow day, we were definitely baking. I was baking in the morning, I baking in the afternoon, and we had a great time. Snow days were fun around the house. So let's get back to our painting today. And what are we going to do today? Fantastic. I want to just mention a couple more that I've seen. Thank you for all the pictures that you brought in. Had sent in, not brought in. Don't come close. So what we want to do today is we're going to let's work a little bit, like I said, up here in this emptier corner. All right. I don't really care for this. And maybe, I don't know if I should bring this down a little bit. I'm going to bring it down so it's more, is better. Ooh, I hope so. Okay, so what we'll do now, let's see, we got our paper plate, we got our small brush, we got our big brush. I showed you the colors, got them all laid out. I got my water over there, all set to go. So what's the next thing we're going to do? right up in this area, we talked about how we would have a tree coming in or something. Well, I did anyway. I talked about it because I don't like this big open area. And this, I don't know, for some reason, I like this cloud, but I don't really care for this one. So how can I fix that? You don't have to do this, but I'm only doing it because I don't like it. Okay, if your picture is good, leave it by itself. If yours looks like mine and you're not too happy with it, or what if you know whatever part you're not happy with, what I'm doing now, you could either follow or not follow. But I want to show you how I just want to fill this area in because I saw a lot of paintings were filled in a lot, but nothing says you can't put this in now. So let's go ahead with that. And what am I going to use first? Well, you know, this is a good time to show you. We talked about, I'm going to take just a little bit of black out. Maybe I should shut the door. It's a beautiful day here in Ware, but somebody's outside cutting with a chainsaw. I don't know why. Oh, probably because wood's in the way. All right. Well, look at that. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it just catches on there like a kid's nose, you know. And you got to clean that off. So what you want to do now? Remember we talked about the shadow leaves and the deep, deep leaves, way, way, way in the distance. Okay, and I want to show you now. Look at this area first, and then watch how it changes. Right, and I'm even going to use. Oh, I'll talk to you about that in a minute. But watch how we change this right here. Now I want to show as though the branches are coming off into the side of the painting like this. Okay, so what we're going to do is, again, I'm going to turn my brush on that angle. I hope you're close enough. I hope you can see what I'm doing. But I'm just going to, right on the tip of the brush, and just imagine that that's a branch coming in with the branch holding up. These are leaves now. Okay, it's the leaves and the branches, I suppose. Okay, so if you're doing like a pine tree, see, and then you don't want to go all the way out here again, but what you want to do is just kind of break it up. And when you break up those spiny type things, see how it makes it, by the time I get down here, it's going to look fantastic. Watch this. I'm just going to come down. I'm using a smaller brush. I would normally use a big brush, but I'm using a smaller brush so that you don't take a too big of area, because if I took out the brush that I would use and really did that, I don't know what your painting might look like, and you may not want to follow along with me. So I'm using a smaller brush, and I don't know how big your canvas is that you're working on, so I hope you're not fighting it. But see what I'm doing here, and then if an area gets like that, like it looks like a finger, too big. So I'm going to break that up there. And I can always fix that with more, because remember, we're going to put green on top of this. I'm just going to drop that down a little bit here. And I don't want to kill these trees in the background because those are very important too. But what I want to do is I want to bring this down to show the shadow and see how, well, we'll talk about how it changes. But this tree in the back of the house is basically this tree for now. I could stop it there and leave it way, way, way in the back, but it wouldn't be that big, of course, because that would be a humongous thing. So what I want to do is, see what I'm doing? I'm not even pushing or brushing it on. I'm just kind of patting it on. And I'm coming down at that like a 8 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Okay, kind of like that, where it's kind of like just fingering in from this way here. Like it's just relaxed. Now imagine if that was all covered with snow. There was snow on top of that. This thing would be, ooh, that thing would look way, way, way down. And that was another reason I wanted to move to New Hampshire when I was a kid too, because it was, you guys always got the snow up here. Never got enough in Cambridge to warrant school off, because the city buses always ran and we didn't do school buses. You know something? I'm looking at this, but I might want to bring this all the way down now. I might. But what could I do? I could also push the tree over just a little bit, even though I've got this already started. I could push this and give it another plane to look around. Okay, so by a plane, I mean like another surface. And look at this. Sometimes the most beautiful part of your painting, like we're all excited about that bush. I get excited about the bush. But what you have to do is sometimes cover your best part and just go right down. And look at, maybe right here. Oh, look at this right here. I'm going to turn that into wood. Right? That's a tree trunk right there. Watch how we transform that. And that looks pretty nice right there. I like that. That looks good. And right down to that. All right, let's see. So this represents all the shadow leaves in the background, okay? That's what that, I feel like I'm right up in your face. I should. Okay, let's see. So what do I want to do now? I guess I'm all set with this for now, okay? But what else could we work on while we have this? Nothing. All right. Hey, you know, I had a question. Somebody had asked me, why are we not, oh, not the door, but the window. Why are we not coloring in the window with any color or any kind of a glow? The reason being, if you look across the street, but don't let your neighbor see you looking at him, if you look at his window, you see pretty much it's just black in the daytime, right? So it's just black back here. Like, I don't know why I'm pointing back there, because it's my neighbor's house. He's over there, but we're looking over here. So we're going to look right here and wonder how come. It don't matter. We could if you want to. So while we have, what colors do we have out? We have, well, we have light blue. Yeah, we could use a little bit of light blue. Take out a little bit of light blue. Just a little bit. I'm going to put out too much, I know, which I did already. Now I'm going to go right in with that black, right? No, throw that black brush in the water. I happen to have a cup of coffee here next to it, so careful it doesn't go in a juice box or something. And now what you want to do, we'll take our small brush while that one's dry, while that one's soaking. So we're just going to take how much? Not a lot. Don't scoop it. No scooping. All you want to do is just go in, take it on the tip, right? And now plop it, right? I almost went right up there and had too much. Remember what we talked about over here. And right here, I didn't like that either. Remember, we could change that too, which I will, but I'm not going to go ahead and work on it when I'm not with you, so that wouldn't be fair. So I'll go in, take some light blue, plop it. Now I'm going to pick a corner. We know that our sun's coming in from this way, or our light source. Anyways, it doesn't have to be the sun. It could be a light on outside the backyard. Okay, so we'll say it's the sun. So we're going to go from the lightest part. We know that that's the shadow over here. So I'm going to go in the lightest part and bring it in this way and let it fade back to the dark. And see what we're doing, what we talked about yesterday is every time you paint, all you're doing basically is just cleaning your brush off where you want to. That's all you're doing. Right? And how much do you want to clean it off and what do you want to do to it? So here you go. Take some of that light blue. And if you don't have the light blue and you only have the dark blue, take some of the dark blue, mix just a little bit more white, and you'll see which color you want. Of course, you don't want this dark blue in a window, so you could just come up here and just play with it like that, and so let it fade off. I don't want to go in because now I already took some fresh paint, and if I went in here, I would have just brightened it all up. So I'm going to go in here. Oh, I didn't blop it, so I'll blop it. Come back in, and look at this. See what I'm doing? I'm starting right up in that corner, and I'm just going to scrub it or scummel it off and let it fade back into the blue. So that's how little paint you want on there. All right? And nothing says, you know, if you don't like that look, so what? Just color it all in if you don't like it. And then just give the whole thing a tint. You know? There you go. Then it looks like plastic on the inside, like an old house or something. We had windows put on just last year, and it was pretty cold. We had windows like that, I guess. And don't forget your attic window. Right up in here. Just scummel it on. And see, all I'm doing is barely any paint on my brush. I'm not going in to take more and more. I just want a little bit of a tint. So you can see through it. Okay? So you can see that the black is still wet. Anytime that you see that the black is wet or it's shiny, okay, wherever it's shiny is where it's going to be wet still. So you don't want to go in with any other color. So we're going to continue to let that dry. So what else can we work on until then? Let's see. Why not do a little bit on the door? Why did it have to be just a black door? So there was an old, not an old, well, I guess it would be old, I'm old. An old Rolling Stones song, Paint It Black, which I did. But then we're going to change that color and always have your water and your rag. Okay, so everything, like I said, like a drum set, everything you want right there, so you don't have to keep getting up. Don't even have to get up for the phone no more, right? That's pretty cool. All right, so what's next? What are we, oh yeah, I want to talk to you about the door. So I hope that answered your question on the windows. So if you want to, you could leave it black, and certainly if it was way, way, way in the back, like if you look way down the neighbor's street, it's just black. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to make it like a brown door. We got brown. I'll take a little bit of our brown, and watch what I do. I'm going to do the same way now. Just take a little bit, okay? Like not even that's all you need for brown right there, okay? Because that's all we're going to use in the door. Not even that much. All right, so I cleaned both my brushes, my big brush and my small brush. I'll wait for you. Hold on. I want to make sure you get clean brushes before you do this. And we have black out there, so we got black and brown. And sometimes I'm going to show you how, if we make a mistake, well, no mistakes, of course, but if you think something went wrong, how to fix it. Okay. So everybody all set? I just want to make sure you get your brown. Okay, so let's take a small brush. Again, don't scoop it. No scooping. Just a little bit like this. And yeah, let's blop it just a little bit. And we'll see what that does. Again, we're going to start up in the corner. Now our light is coming in from here. So the brown is still a lighter color than the black. And regardless, it's the sun is coming in from here. So we're going to do the same thing like that. Now see, this is a very dark chocolate brown. So all I got on my brush was enough to do across the top. You probably can't even see it, but that's okay. I want you to do the same thing. You barely want to see that brown color. Barely, barely. You don't want to turn that black to brown. All you want to do, don't worry about that. That's my old shaky hand. Looks like hinges. We'll leave it alone. Okay, lucky me on that one. Okay, and then if you want to get just a little bit fancier, you could take a solid, just go right in the tip of the brush like that, and you want to be on the side of your brush. You don't want the fat part. You want the side. And let's say this is like an old barn door or something. Maybe it's an old chicken coop or whatever. I don't know what it is, but it's abandoned, right? So they don't use it no more. So I want to come right up in here, and be careful you don't get paint on you. That's why I always work above my hand, or so I think. And then I grab the paint, and it's all in my fingers. So I'm going to go right in to the brown, like I said. I'm going to start right at the top. And now think about panels of wood, okay? So I'm going to tuck it way up here. Now this is not going to be like 3 panels, okay? Because this is a door that we're walking up to. So it's not really just like one piece of plywood. So we want to make barn slats, like slats of wood. Oh, my glasses. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, and then see, so, and let that paint break. And what I mean by break is just continue your line all the way down. And see where it kind of skipped and then it kind of picked up a little bit more? Leave it like that. And then even things like this, I'll show you something like that. If you feel these lines are just a little too thick, I'm going to show you a trick that I figured out myself. I thought I got paint on me. Not going to be good. Not going to be good. Okay, now like I said, this is not just 3 pieces of wood. So you don't want to go all the way up there. So now break it like it's like a brick. Like when you're doing brickwork. So there's another slat. Okay, so you want the first couple, you want to just balance off, right? I want to open up that door, not open it up, but I want to balance those boards, and then I'll fill in here and there as I think I need. Excuse me, I don't mind my head. All right, let's see. And I'm going to come right over here. And don't start worrying about doorknobs and all that stuff just yet. Just yet, because sometimes it's not needed. But we will put one on here. And seeing my old shaky hand, put a hinge here and there. I don't know if you can see it, but I skipped with my brown. And I got 2 little brown spots at the top and the bottom. Oh well. So what I'm going to do now is, my black is dry. And I got my big brush is dry and clean. I think I'm done with this. What do you, I don't know, I think so. But, oh yeah, I wanted to show you, I want to show you something. Right, if you feel, I'm going to do this on purpose. Don't try this at home, even though you're there. Don't do this. All right, but I'm going to do it for your learning experience. I'm going to go, oh no, I made this mistake. What am I going to do? I can't fix that. It's so fat and it's wrecked. Don't throw it away. We're going to let that dry while we work on the tree. Now throw this brush. So remember, we're going to go back to that. But make sure your small brush is clean and dry. I'm sure you're going to start getting beautiful detail in your paintings today. So I can't wait to see tonight what's going to happen. More transformation. That would be awesome. I think the guy stopped with the saw. Gets hot in here in the studio. All right, so okay, that's not bad. So we should have a little more detail right here, and that's only with 3 colors. Okay, so what are we gonna do now? We are going to take a little bit of the dark green. Oh, now I hear the wolves and the coyotes. That's all right. So, let's see. Oh, I feel better now. Okay, so we're going to take our big brush, and just like we did these trees, remember? We're going to go in straight. Okay, we're going to go straight in, and we're going to blop. And so I'm going to go straight in, I'm going to blop, right? And now I'm going to hold my brush on that same angle, 8 o'clock, 2 o'clock, right? And I'm going to bring it in and give it like a little, see when you bend your fingers way back like that? Give it like a feeling like that, all right? When you're not sure, think about it like that and just look at your fingers, okay? And then you'll see it goes, oh, okay. And then when all the snow falls on there, that's when they fall like that. Okay, but then when they pop back up, they look like that. Okay. So we'll go into the green, blop it, hold it on that 8 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and just pat it on there. Now remember, you don't want to kill that black, but you want to go on that black, okay? And so what we're doing now, the black represents the shadow leaves that are behind these individual leaves. So the dark green we're putting on now is actually the individual leaves. And all these, watch when I come down to the end. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just do this the way I need to, and you take your time, please, because I'm a professional. So be careful. Now look at this. See what I'm saying? Then that gives it a look like there's a whole bunch of leaves in there. Now I could go back and put some of the tree trunks in there and the tree branches. Not that says I can't, and I probably will. We still got 2 more days after this. And but I want to start working on the front of the yard too, and I'm sure you do too. All the flowers. So I don't know. I guess we're gonna just leave that there. I thought I was gonna bring this down further, but I didn't really want to kill the backyard because I like this little area back there. So, and I could always fix that sky, but I'm not gonna do it now for your learning stuff. I'm just gonna leave it alone. And I'll just do something later on. But I'm sure your paintings are doing fine. Now see, I'm going to bring this all the way down. And like I said, all I do is take that little bit, blop it. Always make sure you blop it, because if you go up there like we did with the bush, you'll wreck it. Not wreck it, but you won't be happy with it either. And then see, look at that. You started with the fresh color. Because I used such little paint up here, it started to fade away. And then it came, boom, it just came right back again like that. So that's pretty cool. Painting's pretty cool. I like it. Get you away from all kinds of stuff like the news and all that stuff I'm not interested in anymore. So I shouldn't be, right? Let's see. Be aware though. Be aware. But don't stay on it night and day, because that ain't good for you either. So now I'm not gonna go ahead now. Of course I'm all right, okay, give me a minute, right? We're not putting the highlight on the tree because we have to wait for this green to dry. So, sorry, all right? I can't just go ahead and put that on there that quick. So, see, you forgot about that. But now you know, you let the black dry, let the green dry, and then we'll go back on like we did over here with the yellow. We'll just give a little spurts here and there and bring it all the way down like that. But, yeah, good point, but not yet, all right? So, there you go. So, what we'll do, let's see, what else could we do at the house? What else could we do at the house? I don't know. Not much, I guess. You know something? If. No, there's no reason to. Okay. I hope this setup's okay for you guys. Let me turn this a little bit here. Maybe that's a little better. I don't know. So let's see. Like I said, the business is doing great. This is why we're able to bring this to you every day, the same time, right from the house where I don't go out. And we'll do it again tomorrow and Friday. And I think I'm going to be doing it all next week too, and probably until August, from what I understand. So let me know what you want to paint. You want to do waterfalls? We could do landscape. There's a landscape. We could do waterfalls. We could do oceans. We could do whatever. You know, throw some suggestions. Whatever you want to do. I'm not really a craft guy, so I'm not really good at making things. So I wouldn't say, like, you know, get a couple of paper plates and, you know, make a clam or something. I'm not the guy. So let's see, what are we going to do now? All right, now we are going to, oh, I want to go back. Is that, yep, that's dry. Oh, almost. Little brown stain on my finger. Not good. Where's the toilet paper? All right. Okay. Everybody get their toilet paper, I'm sure. Very good. Okay, now see, I've been talking and I didn't clean my brushes. I kept them wet. It's good to keep it wet. Because if I just threw that on the table, they would have dried up. And nothing's worse than trying to paint with a dry brush. There we go. And you see, I like to have my bigger brush, or, well, I'll consider this a smaller brush, but I like to have a brush that's kind of bushy. All right, this is an older brush, and that's why it's like that. If I had, well, I'll show you. This is basically what this brush is supposed to look like without that angle on it, okay? Without that angle. Can you see that? I don't know, can you see that? And, but I like to have that bushy look like that, so when I poke at it like that, it's like 3D. It gives you that beautiful look in here like that. So, keep that in mind. And then with the smaller one, I always like to have a nice stiff tip. So, and the reason is to get these, of course, these for the tree trunks and the tree branches, and you know, you get a nice crisp line on the edge of your roof. So it's good to have a nice stiff tip brush. And so what you want to do now is, let's see, let's start working on here. See, oh, now this is going to be very important too. What we're going to be doing is I'm going to be doing it this way, stabbing at it and kind of like pushing up and stabbing at it. So I'm going to be doing it that way. But as we talked about yesterday, remember when we did this part here, and I told you if you weren't comfortable with it going up like that, you could, remember what I said, flip it. I don't want to touch any of that black paint that might still be wet. You could flip it upside down. Let me bring it down into frame if it's not. All right. So what you want to do, you could take it like that and just flick down like that. And what we're going to do is the whole thing like this, okay? And see how it gives it that look like there's another one, there's another one, there's another one, there's another one. Because there is. And look at, you could, with all that black, look how much is covered with the green and all the other colors. Don't worry about the other colors or the flowers or anything like that. All these are just stabs, okay? Stabs but what we're looking for is after we're done with the stab, we want to fade off at the top, okay? So that's why I say if you're more comfortable flipping it upside down and coming down, and you want to turn your brush sideways, remember, you don't want the fat part, you want it sideways because you're looking for that thin line right there. So if you're more comfortable going down like this, and take your time, please take your time. This is going to take a little while, okay, because this is the most important part of the painting. So you really want to take your time with this. Please do not rush this. If you're sitting there waiting, it's only because you didn't take your time. There's going to be layers, and see, then there's yellow on top of that. So we got bunches of stuff to do, just like the trees. We got the black, we got the green, then we'll put the light green or the yellow on there. So we're going to do these just like we did the trees. All right, no different, just a different style. So let's see, what do we need? I need some green. I'm going to make sure that I have enough for a professional. Make sure that you don't take out too much though, because you don't need a lot, I'm sure. And I don't want to see you waste your paint either. So, but I just happen to have a couple of colors here. Well, I got all my colors here because I'm unemployed right now. For now, we'll bounce back. Everybody will bounce back. Don't worry. Let's see. So, what I want to do, I'm going to take a little bit now. See what I'm doing? Just at the tip, right? Just at the tip. I don't want this to run together, so I'm going to leave it flat. All right. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Well, I guess I won't. I'm gonna hold it, like I said. I'm gonna hold it. And what I'm gonna do, I want to start up here. You want to start from your furthest point back. Why? Because it's still, even though it's all one yard and all one, it's all one backyard. We want to start from the furthest point back and bring it to us. Why? Because it's back there. And that's how we paint. We paint from the furthest point back. Okay? So we're going to start way back here. Now, you don't even have to worry about those. You could actually leave those black ones there, and I'm gonna. Right? And so watch what I do now. I'm going to take a little bit of the green on the tip. Not scooping. And I'm just going to take that. And watch what I do now. You want to make these smaller. Don't rush. Wait a minute. Don't rush. See, what you want to do is you want to take these and make these smaller. Oh no! See, what was going to happen? It happens. I gotta wash. I can wash my hands for a half hour. All right. I should wash them every half hour, 15 minutes or so. All right. Well, look, I'm touching my face again. I'm a goner. All right. So what I want to do is I'm going to make these smaller. Okay. I'm going to start small like this, and I'm just going to kind of. You don't want to go right across and make a fence. Okay. So what you want to do every once in a while, like when you go, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, I win. You have something like that. So you could do something like that, and just make slashes like that. And like I say, if it's more comfortable for you upside down, go upside down. But what you want to do is feather it or fan it off at the top. Start at the bottom and work your way up first. You just have little stabs, but you want these to be little tiny ones first. Okay, because this is grass and flowers and stems and flower tops, and you don't want to kill the black underneath. Very important, just like the trees. You don't want to kill the black underneath, because that is what's holding up this whole painting right there. The black represents the earth. Okay, like right up in here, that's holding up all of that part of the tree. This is holding up the house, the trees, ba-boom. Okay, so let's see. And I'm only taking little bits at a time. I'm not trying to do the whole thing. I'm not like, okay, what's next? No, take your time. Take your time. Very, very important. And you want to leave little areas of black. See, when you leave little areas of black, they fight to come stronger. When you put the green there, it really, really pops out. Look right here. Right here pops out. Right here pops out. Yeah, that's pretty cool right in here. And then the orange on top of that pushes the black back. And the yellow over here pushes that like pretty much in your lap. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's fun to paint. So let's see what else is next. All right. Yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead. And I'm not even going to worry about this tree over here. I'm just going to make little stabs. I hope I'm not in your way. And see, you want to leave, don't cover all of it. You want to have some of those little black patches. Okay, very important. So, and see how my paint is right. I'm going to turn my brush over to the other side of the painting. Not this way, but this way. I'm going to turn it over to the other side of the painting. Of the paintbrush, I'm sorry. And just keep going. All I'm doing is cleaning my brush off. Little bit of paint at a time. Just little bits. And then you'll have some bright areas like this. And then you'll have some duller areas like this, because this is where we applied the paint that was fresh. And this is where it was wearing off. So it goes from bright to dark all on its own. So all you're doing is cleaning your brush off in different areas. This is all we're doing. We're just cleaning our brush off, and look what we did. Pretty cool. And then I can show you something. Well, I can show you many things. So please, let me Give me some ideas for next week's show, please. And we still need a name for the show. Anybody has any great ideas? I think it was last year or something. I was thinking, not that I was going to do this last year, but I think I was going to call it Close to Coast Tips. Close to Coast Tips. Not coast to coast, because I don't know if anybody in California is watching me, but I know that we're like 45 minutes from the beach. So, kind of close to the coast. So, I don't know. Close to coast with Scooch. See what I'm doing? I'm just kind of like, but I'm starting from the bottom and I'm just slapping it up, okay? And just want to fade it off at the top. And just like that. And look at, we'll have little patches like that. And don't worry about this. And look at, even if you want it, there could have been a tomato patch or something, you know? Like, kind of look like. And what else? We're just going to go, this whole area, remember, is going to be done. There's no grass, there's no nothing. This could be all like this, but no, not right now. It's all unkept. And right here, watch this. Ooh, I'm going to go right up over the door, right up, oh, and this is very important why the black and the brown and all that stuff has to be done. We never went back there either and fixed this, but I want to show you. Don't let me leave without telling you about that, okay? So what I want to do next is just keep going with that. Oh, that was close. All right, so I'm just going to, I don't want to go way up here with it, of course, because it's not tree grass, right? It's just grass, long and unkept grass, and flower stems and whatever might be. It's just all wild. So maybe who lived there doesn't live there anymore because of the corona. But, you know, we could, that's what you do with your paintings. You go to different places and you imagine different things and who lives there and what they do for work, you know. Some of you are probably even wondering how I have kids. But, hey, someone for everybody, right? So, now look at what I'm doing here. Look at how this just fills in. Look at that. I'm just stabbing at it. And little by little, we're going to fill this in. Now, as we see how we're looking at it like this, okay, we got about 2-3 inches here like this and right across like this. What I want to do now, we have the smaller ones here, but as we get closer, this is called perspective. Okay, now I'm going to tell you about perspective. Before, I'm going to put this brush. Put your brush in the water for now while I tell you something. All right, so let's talk about perspective. Perspective and eye level and height and depth, okay? So let's give that, well, if you want to, you can paint as you want to. You can listen to me. But right here in the middle, when we take our picture in the middle, this becomes what we call our horizon line, okay, or our eye level. All right, and you can change that eye level and make it higher and lower. And how do you do that? Well, let's see. By just changing the angle of the brush a little bit. See? So we're looking down as we're walking up the hill, but as we're looking down, we come up here. So our eye level is basically right around here, but you can see that this is above our eye level, so the height goes up like that. And it looks like, oh, here we talked about those heavy windy trees and snowy trees. It's either a windy day or these are very lazy trees. Just another quick, 2016. I was around 1916, but here's another one. See? Now with this, that's right here. Like right at the top of the waterfall. That's right. So, and look at when you're looking up at it like that. This one has no sky. We talked about this painting earlier, but this one has no sky. But I used to love, I still love the way that looks in the morning when the rays are coming through. And this painting really, I like this. I like places like this. If I'm going to paint, I like to be there. But then it's all a lot of this, you know. So, but that's that. What else we got? Okay, yeah, see, eye level, where's your eye level on this one? basically right there. Even though it's high up on the painting, we're showing just a little bit of sky because what we wanted was the field of flowers is what we're looking for here. So I brought the eye level way up here, okay? So it's not like I forced it up here, but I put it up here so that your eye begins up here. You see a little bit of sky, and then you see the depth back there. Maybe it looks like water or marshy or wetland or whatever they call it, but, you know, because I did the vertical lines like that. Could be. I don't know. The things you do. Let's see. Here's another good one. This one is basically the same thing, and I brought your eye up to better than the halfway. So a lot of the paintings are, well, everything is perspective. Everything is perspective. The way you look at it to painting it. And then, of course, the last one, I want to show you. This one is pretty. I love this. I got a huge one, couple of huge ones in the closet, and they look like this. This is how trickery is what it is. It's painting trickery. Okay, now see how this tree is fully in frame and in the picture, where this one is not. See? Ooh, I come down here and it came off here. So my other ones have another tree here, but they all go to one point up here. This is called the vanishing point up here. So if all these trees continued, maybe the line is up, maybe my vanishing point would be way, way up here. But all my lines and all my branches would eventually go up to there. Okay? So this way here, this forces your eye up. Okay? That just forces your eye up in the air. Alright? And, well, that's that. So maybe we could do something like this, but I love, see the background? The background is nothing but the sky that we did, just blue and white. I let that dry, and then I went ahead with, did I use black? No, not even black. I started with a, kind of like a chestnutty color, because I didn't want it just brown. I wanted it to be a little more brighter, for, oh, excuse me, a little brighter for the fall colors. But anyway, let's get back to our painting. I gotta clean my brush now. And if you guys are waiting for me now, I'm sorry, because I think I talked too long, but I wanted to show you that. See, now make these a little bit bigger, because what these do now, say, I'm glad you waited for me. Oh, and look at that. Oh, I'm sorry. Who saw me doing this? Somebody just yelled at me. Yes, up, Steve, up. That's all I heard. I come up and I start slapping it. Up. Make them bigger, but you want to work it up. See, kind of like eyelashes, I guess. I don't know. I don't paint eyelashes like this, but it reminds me of, I don't know why. But see what I'm doing? I'm just going bigger and bigger. And you know something? Watch this. Oh, my yellow ran into my green, kind of like the chocolate ran into the peanut butter thing. So what? Just use it. Doesn't matter. Maybe you can now. But I just wanted to show you that. Yeah, hold off yet. Let's not go right ahead with that. But you'll see how it begins to change it a little bit by just using that little bit of yellow. Don't scoop it. Just a little bit of green, a little bit of yellow. Don't even blop it. You just want to, all you're doing is cleaning your brush. This time you don't even want to blop it. I'm going to get this out of here, just so it doesn't get poked on. All right. I think we're doing very good today. Very, very good. And I still got to go back there and highlight that tree. Let me see. So anyway, anybody have any other questions? Please let me know what's going on. And what do you think the show might be called? I'm definitely coming back. Definitely coming back. So I just need subject matter. I could paint anything, or I could just paint the picture, and you can tune in if you wanna. But that's no fun watching me paint. I rather teach you, because I'm a professional. I want you to be. So, and the only way, what a great time to practice too. I mean, you just stay in your room. You got all the equipment you need. I'm teaching you how to make the sky. You know how to make a house. I showed you how to make trees. You know how to make grass now. You do a little bit of green. Use the black underneath first. Then you use the green. and then you use a little bit of yellow. 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And look at that, just that little bit makes it a beautiful backyard. I thought I got paint on me. Okay. So see, and look at this already. Look how this is filling up. Now I'm just gonna, all the way from the bottom, I'm just gonna, I don't want to use any more yellow yet. And see what I'm doing? I'm not making it all in a row. I'm breaking it up. I'm overlapping. I'm kind of like this way, that way. They all want to go up, but don't make them in a row. Okay, that wouldn't be good. And use your brush on the side, not the fat side, on the side. Okay? And you get a nice thin line. We're not looking for any kind of detail. This is just grass. Right? We all know what grass is. Feels nice. And you can take your feet, take your shoes off and walk in your bare feet. And summertime is awesome. It's coming. Oh wait, tomorrow's Thursday? Yeah, tomorrow's spring. So those yellow the Sphinxes, forsythia, whatever, they'll be popping up soon. I think we got a couple in the backyard too. I think I took them from next door. All right. I'm going to give you guys some time because, like I said, I don't know what size canvases you're working on. Some of you guys I see are working on bigger ones. Some of you are working on smaller ones. I'm sure some of you are already taking a shower by now. But see, look at that. Look at the distance that we have. Just that little bit, right? Just showing that little bit of backyard. How cool is that? How much that throws that farther, right? Now, we have this kind of unkempt look right here. While we have that same dirty brush in the green, I'm going to take just a little bit of black. Just a little. Oh my gosh, wow, 1/4 past. How do I do it? All right. Even with that dirty brush, like I said, I am lazy as far as painting. So, oh, this is a good time for me to show you how to fix this door, right? Oh no, I made that big mistake. I get the big black, big brown spot on the door. I don't like it. Take your small brush, take a little bit of black, blop it, and then what are you going to do? Turn your brush on the side. That's right. Turn the brush on the side, because if I went in there, what am I going to do? I'm just going to wipe it out because it's basically the same size. By mistake, is basically the same size as that brush. But if I turn it, I'm turning it only halfway. And let's see what happens now. I'm just going to cut that right in half like that. And see what happens? Now all of a sudden I just opened it up a little more. Don't worry about that being so dark and black right now, because that'll just fade away and turn into the rest of the color and be fine. So I'm not worried about that. What else can we do while we have the black? While I have the black, I can see I have this little spot where I had the clamp up there. So I'll color that in. But what I want to do now, while I have the small brush, and we talked about using some, maybe putting some tree branches and tree trunks in there. Of course, we need a little bit, and I think I'll do that right now. So I'm going to wash this brush. You know what? While I got this black on here, don't do this at home. It's only because I'm a professional. I just want to get rid of that, because if I don't get rid of that now, it's going to eat me later. Okay. This way here. See what I'm doing? I'm just kind of like scumming it in, make it look like something. Now it looks like angry bush. Oh. Oh well. So what I want to do now is let's wash your brush, and let's take a little bit of brown. Oh, the brown is out. Okay, if you got brown out, good. And what I want to do now is I'm going to take a little bit of that brown. Now, see, we haven't even used white yet. And look how bright this painting is with no white. I mean, other than that, but I'm just saying with all the background, we hadn't even used white yet. So I'm going to go into the brown. And remember, we don't want to get too carried away. We just want to show a little spurts here and there of tree trunks. So I'm just going to show a little bit there. Now see that it's pretty dark, but I'm going to have to take a little bit more paint than that, because I just used what was on there. So I'll take a little bit more. And on the side, and maybe just a little bit of yellow, because against the black, you really can't see it. You see right here? I want to show it a little bit more, so I'm going to take just a little bit of yellow. I'm not scooping it, Just that little bit of yellow, a little bit of brown, right on the side. Oh my gosh, look at that. Just enough to change the color. I don't want to make it yellow, but it's enough to hold up that tree. Well, maybe not. There you go. Now it looks a little heavier, like a tree. Oh, I didn't put enough paint. A little more brown, touch of yellow. Fill it in. And you're not looking for that same color. I mean, if it happens, it happens. But if it's a little darker, a little lighter, it's okay, because you're just faking it that it's all part of that tree trunk. All right. And that's all I want right there. And then when I put my highlights on, always do this first, and then you put your highlights on, and then like we did here, then you hide those tree trunks. So, but you always want to make sure that it's heavy enough to hold those leaves up there. So this kind of looks stupid. So I'm going to thicken that up a little bit. And I know that I could always thin it out a little. Actually, you know something, I'm just going to do my whole tree trunk right up there like that. Have my tree branches come off. And then I'm going to highlight that. And I'll be happy with that. Look at that. And all of a sudden I got knots in there and everything. Good. I'm happy with that. How's everybody doing with their grass? Okay. Good. And you go, hey, that's the cat. Hey. Show my dungarees. Thinks it's a scratch post. All right, so what do we got? We got about 10 more minutes. So let's wash this brush again. I just want to make sure that I don't need anything. You know something? While I get this color on here, why keep that black? It doesn't need to be just black. I'm just going to add a little bit of color. I mean, you got it on the palette. Every one of these colors on the palette or on the plate could be used up here because it's in the painting. So remember, anything that's in the painting or anything that's on the plate could be used in the painting. Even if it's purple, it could be used as a flower, as a shadow, a sky even, mountains. You know, anything that's in there, you could always make something else with that color. I'm going to wash this brush now. I hope I went slow enough too. I hope I didn't rush. I don't think I did. And I am going to be really interested to see what happens now, because this is one of the biggest parts. Is well, the focal point. We'll call it the focal point. What it actually is, the focal point of this painting is all these forward flowers. And so long as you get this, now see how that looks like so tick infested. Oh, jeez. And be careful. Tomorrow's spring, so they know that, you know, they can't come out till tomorrow. But be careful tomorrow if you're out in the backyard, because it doesn't mean stay in the house, but it's not playtime either. I mean, play group time, they say. So that's why I have to stay by myself, because nobody play with me. Well, I can't play with anybody because I have to be by myself. Let's see. We didn't do much with the house today other than fill in some of the window and the door. What else should we do? You know what we could do? We did talk about this. Now watch this. This is going to be a dramatic effect that's going to put this painting even further back. Okay. Both my brushes are clean. I hope you got a clean, dry, big brush. Okay, so I'll give you a minute. Make sure it's clean. And after you wash it, dry it off. And then we're going to go into the black. Oh, this is going to be dangerous. But it's going to be awesome also. You're going to love this. Okay. So what we want to do, see what I'm just kind of like putting the paint right there on the tip. All right. Now, even though it's opened up like that, what are we going to do? We want to make trees, right? And how do we make the trees like this? Come in here. This tree is behind the house, okay? This tree is way behind the house. This one's wicked across the yard. And let's see. So we're going to take a little bit of the black. And remember how those branches come in and they kind of fall right in like this. See how they fall in like this and they kind of relax. So don't just have a cup, you know, because a branch just doesn't come in and be just that stiff out like that. Okay, let it relax a little bit. Let it relax. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to set this house back a little bit further by putting a tree in front of that. Now, even though we don't have money, and so in love with the honey. Even though we don't have the tree in this one, I am going to put it in this one, and you're going to love it. Okay, now watch this. Very dangerous, but I want you to be confident in putting this in here. It's no different than this or this. It's just going to be bigger. Okay, so here we go like this. Remember, on the side, just on the tip, and we're going to bring it in like this. So think about like, what's that, maybe 10 o'clock, 4 o'clock, okay, because it's reversed. So you give it a little bit of a swoop to it, but we're not painting it, we're poking it, okay. I want to make sure my canvas doesn't bounce. I got it on here only, like I said, hopefully you can see this okay. But now, this is the best part right here. Ready? We only got about 4 minutes left. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna leave you with some dramatic stuff here till tomorrow. You'll be like, oh, what did he do that for? What did he do that for? But look at, oh my gosh, look at, it's pushing. Look at it pushing that house back. Oh, come on, I gotta do this right. Oh, look at this, right? And I'm not leaving these lines come straight down because it's not a wall, it's a tree, right? And as I'm poking it, look at it against the white. Look how fantastic that looks, right? Don't worry about the green. You know something? I'm not even going to worry about that window. Watch this. I want to leave some. I want to save some, but I'm going to go right through it. Look at that. Look. And then maybe even bring it around. Look at that. And then, see just that little bit. Now, with this being black, we could just go right over it again and bring the grasses up higher again. That's not a problem. See, so the more layers, the more. And look at that. We worked from the furthest point back. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers right there, I guess. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we got 7 layers right there on a flat surface. We made that look like that. And don't go ahead of me now. I'm going to stop right now because it's like been an hour, I think, oh, pretty much. So, oh, touch my face. So, like I said, you know, anything you do here, we're going to fix tomorrow. So I'm just going to push this down. I'm not going to work on this until I see you again. And I hope you do the same. But if you want to go right ahead, go right ahead. If you feel it needs like birds or whatever. But we're not done with this yet. But look at that. In just 1 hour. We went from, I couldn't even show you. But you know what you worked on. You know what you did. And please show me some more pictures. Those were awesome. Like I say, I apologize, but I didn't want to shave today because, you know, you can't shave every day. I can't shave every day, but I'm not really a beard guy. And so I thought I was going to have, I was going to like grow a beard for solidarity or whatever it is. And until the virus went by. And no, apparently it's not good to keep the beard because it keeps the coronas in there. So, all right. Well, everybody, put your brush now. I know mine's wet. I mean, mine's dirty, so I'm going to put mine right in the water. Wash and dry your brush right now. Put all your stuff away. And, hey, just a reminder, please. Just want to make sure that you know. Want to make your bed? Please make your bed. Let's see what else was there. And don't forget to pick up your toys. Always say please. Always say please. Water the flowers and the plants. They're very easy to do. Very appreciated. And remember, your cat's home with you or your dog is with you. Don't overfeed your pet. Feed them, but don't overfeed them. Okay? And the big one, don't eat things off the floor no more. Okay? Like I said, I'm a great one for that. But, and Mom, You could do your part by simply taking out the trash and keeping smiles on everybody's faces by doing a little baking. Okay? All right. And with that, I'll see you tomorrow. Great day. That was fun.